that's a whole, that's the...
No, I was running from you. Remember?
Oh, no, she would try to go to the bathroom. Like, I'm the type of person, I like to talk to resolve.
I would go to the bathroom and I would
come to the bathroom.
I would turn the water on so I couldn't hear them, and
I used to be at the door. So now, again, I'm using logic. So I'm using I worked in corrections. I worked in corrections, so I'm using the correction tactics. We try to get the people out the room. So I said, well, it's on you. Either you can open the door or I can open the door for you. But the door's going to be open. Now, I didn't do it. But I didn't realize on the other side of the door, she was like, okay, is this door about to cave in on me? And what else would he do? Now, I'm thinking I'm cool. Yeah. No, that's what you told me.
Did I tell you that?
Yeah, you told me you were scared behind that door. And so now our conversation's being distracted by, I'm trying to prove I'm not the monster. So that's when I came with the line, no, don't put the cord in the machine. You don't want to play the game. So I would go, how did we start this conversation? So I will go back to how it was initiated. Well, if you didn't do this, and the other, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. But she's not dealing with that. She's dealing with me affecting her. And see, so we had to get to a point where our conversations wasn't, because when we would get to that point, I would watch her and go, we're in the argument. I'm going, yeah, shouldn't have put the cord in the machine. How you like me now? But this is my best friend, right? This is the person I love. So I'm watching her being broken down just so I could be right. That's not covenant. That's competitiveness. And the Lord said, first of all, you got to stop treating your wife like she's a child. You stop doing things for effect. You weren't that mad. Half the time I wasn't. I was like, okay, maybe if I get upset, then she'll realize maybe that'll intimidate her from stopping this. I'm trying to think of a word, but foolishness is cool. Right? So I'm trying to affect her, not love her, which is immaturity and competitiveness. So I'm not treating her like somebody I love. And that's important that you see, that's affecting agreement. If you can watch your mate suffer, you reap what you sow. You know that, right? What you're saying is, God, just watch me suffer because I'm about to sow the seed right now. You should, there's times when there would be a heated discussion. I would walk by the bedroom. I'd be looking in there like, man, I can't leave that girl in there like that. She actually looked like a little girl in there, like lost her best friend. I was like, listen, okay, the point ain't worth her look. No, I can't have her looking like that because this is my best friend. It's my cover. I'm her covering. Right? In the early part of the marriage, the first year or so, I could watch her sit there and be like, so maybe once she feels the heat of how this feels sitting there, that'll change her. See, again, I was trying to force change by effect, not by love. See, and I wasn't using the agreement with God in the midst to pour out his power on us to harmonize. I was using separation. I'm in my own camp coming up with my strategies in my bunker. No, we got to do this together, right? So that's where the vulnerability come in. And see, the vulnerability is the key, but that starts with relationship, agreement coming together, which facilitates trust. You marry by faith and you grow in love. Just because you got married don't mean you're going to trust each other. And some people have gone 15, 20, 30 years and never really did what it took to build the trust. Actually, the first things people did since they did it individually, it actually created more insecurity. You see what I'm saying? And then if you spend all your time pot-shotting the other person, that's what I was trying to tell you. That's not, I'm so excited about being vulnerable because you keep reminding me of my flaws. That's not the purpose of vulnerability. The purpose of vulnerability, there's times when you already said it. You already told the person, and they just got the revelation. Be happy they got the revelation. Don't mush it all in the person's face. You know is what you were trying to tell them. Let that be enough. Because you want the person to absorb more. Not to, well, if I absorb this, then I'm going to hear this. This is going to be on the Bradley bulletin board, and blinking lights for the whole week, running through the bottom of the screen every time I watch TV. You should have listened to me. I tried to tell you that. If you'd listened to me, that you wouldn't have to be going through this. No, that's not what the goal is. The goal is to get to a point where, as long as you get it, it's cool. So sometimes you just got to let it roll. Like, and I'll tell you, this is my little secret. I'm just happy if we got it. And she'll attest to that. I don't really go around like, you should have listened to me. I don't really care about that. As long as we're in agreement, cool. We got the agreement, we're fine. That's not just with us. That's with you guys. That's with my son. My son he might got it from somebody else. I was like, he got it. I'm human. I'm sitting there like, what I done told you. Cool, no problem. As long as you got it, we good with it. That doesn't mean the other person will do that. They may tell you. They may go, well, that's what I was trying to tell you. Cool, as long as we get to where we're going. Mm-hmm. Thought on that, babe? Mm-mm. All right, so agreement is understanding what your worldview is, your picture. Everybody's come to a marriage with a picture. And it's making sure those pictures harmonize. Sometimes, you guys are not in this situation. You guys' picture has harmonized. You actually discovered what your actual picture was, and it harmonized. And I think they can attest to this. Even when, because they flowed together from the beginning, but there was still some things, well, I don't want to talk about that because I don't want a person to feel bad, this, that, and the other. That's just human, But you want to get to the point where the unseen and the seen, it's a clear picture. And you work to merge those pictures together and get an agreement. And sometimes you have to, I talked about this on what is it called? It's called, I gave agriculture, so it's called engrafting. Thank you. When you can take a small tree and you can actually grow that tree inside of another tree. But you have to cut out some of the larger tree. And you have to cut some of the smaller trees so it could fit. And then you have to tie it up intentionally for a while. Mm-hmm. It's not just automatically together. So, I almost knock you down. Sorry about that.
Gentle.
Crystal. I teach you like Crystal. Not that Crystal. Like Crystal, like the jewelry. Like the, all right, so you have to tie it up and then allow it to, eventually it'll merge. It'll become one. And then you can untie it, but it'll still stay together. And it'll start to grow together. But it's not just growing together because you put it together at first. And guess what? You have to cut to make sure it fits together so it at least locks into a place and then help it to stay together for a while. So that's the process of merging those worldviews or those pictures. This is the tough part. During this process of agreement, there's no question that you can avoid. You can't avoid none of the questions. Even though they may be uncomfortable, oh, Lord, do we gotta? I don't even know how to answer that. Actually, no one even taught me that, and if I answer that, I may not look like your knight in shining armor. Don't look bad. Don't look like the knight in shining armor, but answer the questions. Don't avoid any questions. And then the thing about it is, whatever the vision is, make it plain and agree with it. So talk through it. Especially for the guys. You're going to hear stuff, you'll get parts of it. You think that their question is questioning you. Their question is actually placing a demand on you to make the vision clearer. You need their questions to make the vision clear. It's an assist, even though it comes across like antagonizing you. Right? So harmony takes work. Agreement excels. Confusion limits us. Agreement excels. Confusion limits us. And so during this process of coming to an agreement, you're going to hear some truth that is hard for you to embrace. When you're by yourself, you can ignore truth. You can deny truth. You can run from the truth. when you meet a mate, a lot of times, the stuff that you've actually almost like forgot that truth was talking to you, the mate, they're not against you. They're just, it's obvious for them to see. So I noticed you do such and such. And you'd be like, oh my God, that's right, I forgot I did that. So immediately you go into your defense mode because you don't want to look bad. No, it's just the truth. They're sending you truth to free you. And so that's the thing. The thing is, why would we fight against, this is something the Lord told me to give to you guys. It's amazing how we fight against a truth we were never told. So sometimes our parents or the people that raised us never told us this truth. And somebody's coming to tell us the truth, so we're fighting against the truth that we're never told. So we're working to be bound instead of opening ourselves up to this new relationship, this new truth. You know, we're fighting through the fear of uncertainty and resting in God's freeing truth. So yes, you're hearing something you never heard before, nobody never taught you, but that doesn't mean you're less than. Now, you would be a trip if you've been told that your entire life and you've just been fighting it for like 30 years. But if you never knew because no one told you, that doesn't make you less than. That's God actually sends you some help that has the parts you don't need. God sent her to me. There's stuff that my phone etiquette was terrible. Not because I was incompetent. There wasn't nobody talking to me about phone etiquette. So, and especially being around my family. So to me, I just hang up. I probably didn't say bye, probably didn't say hello. You know, it's like, yeah. When I answer the call, it wasn't welcoming. Yeah. There's somebody here that does that too. I just thought about that. Yeah, that they. I think I mentioned it to the person, but I knew it so well because I used to do it all the time. Yeah. It's like, okay, well, tell me how you really feel about me calling. But the person wasn't against. They're not against you. They're just like, yeah. So she'd be like, babe, did you say goodbye? Did you say hello? Like, are you gonna say hello when you answer the call? I'm like, I don't say hello. That's my first response. Like I'm just answering the call. They called for Keith. Keith picked up the phone. Why are we gonna go through the extra words of hello? And it was a lot of things that she had brought to the table that some stuff I thought was stupid. But then there's things that I brought to the table that she didn't do. And so instead of fighting it, no one ever told me that before. I didn't even fight the whole opening the car door thing. I wasn't opening nobody's car doors. I did not fight it. I was just like, babe, I wasn't opening nobody's car doors. Help me to help you. Don't get out the car to open the door. Don't get in the car to open the door. As opposed to, listen, that's all back in the day. Nobody's trying to open in your door. No, I open the doors to this day. See, so now some things, which I'm going to lean over here, some things I thought was girly. So I was like, no, we're not doing that. We're definitely not doing that. That is not going to give me any man points. Sorry, no, babe. No, I'm not going to buy that either because that's definitely going to make me look like less of a man. But what it is I'm still a man. I was always a man. Doing the things that love my wife doesn't change that. Actually, it does change it. It makes me more of a man. Any thoughts on that?
No, that was good.
Any thoughts on anything else before we ask questions?
Nope.
All right, any questions, thoughts, or insights? Let's start with the people online.
Thanks for tuning into Heirs TV. The completion of this video or entire audio can be accessed at our website at www.heirscc.org or on Heirs CCC channel, YouTube, and Heirs Radio via SoundCloud and iTunes. Donations can be given at our website. Thank you. Remember, at Heirs, we believe we're just what you prayed for.